So it's a lovely day today to go out for a ride on the new CB125 2026. This is the upgraded model from the 2024-25 model, and this has the TFT colour screen on it. It also has satellite navigation built in, as you can see there, telling us now to go left in about 0.8 of a mile, and I will do a separate video on how that works. But this is my first sort of familiarization ride with the bike. It's very easy to use the controls, it's very logical. So what do I know about the CB125 so far, this model? Obviously I've got the satellite navigation working. You can have music on there, you can control your phone, you can listen to messages, you can make a phone call and receive a phone call. And the bike itself has this control on the left hand side, up, down, left and right, that controls the digital display. That's all you need to control that, and you need your mobile phone to connect to the bike because it's using the Google Maps for the directions, etc. So this one is Marvel Matte Metallic Blue, which looks really nice. I do like the colour. I did say in a previous video that I thought the LEDs were all round on the bike, but that's not the case. I think the rear tail light is LED, the front headlight is LED, but the indicators are standard filament lamps. And each one has a twin filament bulb in there. One filament is used for the day running lights because the day running lights are on all the time, and the other filament is used for the indicators. So that's the first thing to note. It's not LED all the way around, but it's not a problem, not an issue whatsoever to me. It doesn't make any difference whether it's LED or filament lamps as long as they work. So here we are, we've arrived at Ainsford on the CB125 2026. Marvel Metallic Blue, and we've already got connected the RoadSync app, which we've been using to navigate here, using the navigation, and the details of how the display works, the navigation and everything else I will do in a later video. Now the bike hasn't changed much from the previous model mechanically. It's exactly the same size, handlebars are the same, wheels are the same size. They're 18-inch wheels. The disc on the front is exactly the same, 240mm I believe, single pot caliper, and all the suspension on the front is exactly the same. It's in this lovely metallic blue, I like it. This mudguard here is exactly the same as the previous model, and if you look here, the only difference I can see with the engine is it has two sensors, this one here and this one here. These are on the inlet and outlet of the catalytic converter, and they must be doing some additional monitoring of the fuel combustion to make it more efficient, I guess. Now I have had this off here. It's got a 7Ah battery in there. The original one had a 5Ah battery in it. The exhaust is exactly the same. The springs here, these springs are different to the springs on the previous model I had. These are more spaced out, so I presume the suspension's a lot softer on here. It does feel a little bit lighter on the suspension, so I might have to take them up to give it a bit more pressure on there. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But I don't have any problem with it. It rides okay like that. The rear's exactly the same, apart from this here, which is the rear brake light. They've changed that to an M shape light, as you can see there, and it's supposed to be LED, is that? So that's changed, and it does look alright, I think. This has been a painted part instead of a metal finish, and this here is actually metallic black, and it shines in the sun, reflects out all sorts of colours. That won't be on the bike when I put the panniers on, which will be pretty soon. It still has the chain guard there. It still has a centre stand and a side stand, and everything on that side looks the same. I've took this panel off here, and under there you have one ECU controller module. There used to be two on the previous model. They've combined that into one, and the front of the bike, it has the LED light on the front. The previous model had an LED light on the front, but this is slightly configuration is slightly different, and the front is different as well. They've chopped that off there. The screen is gone that used to go up there, but everything else seems to be very, very similar. Wing mirror is exactly the same. The brake here is the same, and it still has the linked braking system, CBS, and which the linkages for that are under there. And what that does, it applies pressure to the brake via this lever here, just to give you braking on the front when you press the brake on the back too hard. So that's it. That is the CB125 2026 model. It does come in 3 colours, but I picked the marble metallic blue. I think that's the best, in my opinion. Now I'm going to put the panniers on this pretty soon. The pannier rack, which will go on there. Top box will go on there. And yeah, there it is. So let's get on the bike and give it a ride to our next stop, where we will go through the controls and the dashboard and what I have on the front of the bike. Now, I'm glad I upgraded to this bike, because the sat nav is well worth having. The music connectivity to your mobile phone, and also you can make phone calls, text messages directly from the bike if you want to. I haven't done anything in detail with that, but I will produce a video showing you how that all works somewhere down the line. So stay tuned for that one, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel and you won't miss any of that information coming forward. There will be a video once a week on this bike from now on, and it should be very interesting to see how it goes on, especially with all the new electronics, the dashboard and things, see how reliable it is, and also to see how the navigation performs. But from what I can see so far, the navigation is really, really good. It gives you good warning before any turns. And let's see if the auto stop start. So there's the auto stop start, which while we're on the auto stop start and dashboard, you can see there that the auto stop start is flashing. That means the bike is waiting to start again. And all you have to do is twist the throttle. It starts up, put it in gear, and then drive off. And there you go. So that's the auto stop start. Now, as I said before, we're going to quickly go through the display. So we'll start off by turning this off on here, which I think it might be on. Let's turn it off for that there. So you've got nothing on the phone, it's just your phone turned on. We turn the bike on. It has a little splash screen Honda. And now what it's doing now, it's connecting to here. You can see Honda RoadSync. It's now connected. You've now got your RoadSync app there, which is mirrored on here. So if I go upwards, you can see I've gone onto the weather there. It's now telling me what the weather is in Ainsford. And if I want a forecast, I press the right hand button there, and what will happen is it will give me a 1 hour, a 3 hour, or a 5 hour weather forecast. But we don't want to do that. So as you can see, there's got a black arrow there, which means I can go down on here now. And I'm now into navigation mode, which is mirrored here. Music, volume, I can change the volume on the headset. And all the time it's giving me prompts on what to do, which is quite annoying at the moment, but I don't know how to turn that off yet. There must be an option of turning the prompts off, and that's what I will be doing once I get used to it. So you can send a message as well as use the mobile phone. And if you want to get out of the menu, you have to press this button here, I think, and hold it down. And that will take it out of RoadSync and put it back to the Honda menu. So on this side, you can see here we have the trip A, the miles per gallon, and also you can go to trip B as well. and you can see the total miles. We've done 60 miles on this bike so far. Now if I go to, you can see these arrows here, I can go left or right. I'm going to go right. Here is the fuel data, and we can go down left or right. So if we go right, we can see the range, which is there, which is this one here, or we can just have it as a fuel gauge. I'll leave that on range. And then if we go out to that, we can see the miles. This is your trip A, and this is your trip B. Now trip A I'm going to be using for individual journeys, and trip B is going to be the total mileage on the bike. It's 47 because that's when I started doing it after I filled the tank up. The tank is full. I put 11.3 litres in, I think, and it's completely full. We'll see how many miles per gallon we get out of that, and I'll give you an update on that going forward. So what else have we got? We have settings, and if we go into the settings menu, we have functions. We can auto reset the trip. I'm not going to do anything on that at the moment. Some of these I don't know how to use yet, but we'll get there. You've got display type. Now we can have bar or simple. Simple doesn't have the rev counter, and there's less data on the screen shown, but I prefer to have the display type as being the bar one, which shows your rev counter as well. So we're going to leave that on there. You do have a brightness. I've got it on auto now, and it's set to 8. I've never had any problems seeing that in the sun at all. It's pretty good. The theme. Now the theme is you can change the screen to light to dark. We'll show you what the dark looks like. That's what the dark screen looks like. And what happens is if you put it into auto on that display, what will happen is if it gets dark, say night time, it will automatically change to the dark theme. So what else have we got? We've got general. We've got date and time. You can change the date and time there. I'm not going to change that. I think it's correct. Well, it's probably, yes, it is correct. You can change the units, kilometers, miles per hour. Fuel consumption, you can change miles per gallon or miles per litre. Language you can change. Basically, you can change to any language you like. You can restore defaults, and you can do Bluetooth pairing request, which I'm not going to do on this video. And it has a service information. It tells you periodic maintenance in 540 miles is when the first one's due. Oil change 540 miles. Warning information, there's nothing there, thank goodness. And it also tells you battery voltage, and currently it's 12 volts, which is good. So that's what you have in the settings menu. So that's all the menus that I can see so far. So that's your display. So the bike has auto stop start. This is how the auto stop start works. The switch on the right hand side handlebar, press it down to start the bike starts running, as you can see there, and it's now in auto stop start mode. The bike has to be warmed up before it'll turn off on its own, and also you have to be, I think, below 0.6 miles an hour before it'll turn off. So with that in auto stop start mode, which it is now, when you stop and the bike's in neutral, it will automatically stop. And then all you have to do to restart it is to just give the throttle a little bit of a blip, and then the engine will start back up again, put it in gear and ride off. And it does appear to work reasonably well. You can turn the auto stop start off by pressing that switch there, and the auto stop start system won't work. So on the left hand side, these are the controls for the menus there, which is very easy to use. You've still got your same headlights, pass, main and dip beams there, which is the same on the other bike. You've got your indicators here, non-self cancelling, and you also have a horn like that. So that's all you have on the bike. That's the same, I think. Oh, and also it has a USB socket, which is here. There's a USB socket here. Let me get off the bike and show you that. There's a USB socket here, and bear in mind that's USB-C to USB-C. Oh, I didn't have a lead USB-C to USB-C to go to my phone, so the phone's just not plugged in at the moment. But yeah, you'll need a USB-C to USB-C lead. 0.5 meters, I would say, would be good enough for that. So there it is, the 2026 Honda CB125 F. Lovely bike. This here is changed on this bike as well. That's a switch, probably something to do with the auto stop start. Headlight looks okay. I'll be checking that out in the dark one day when I get around to it. This here is all the same as I said before. Yeah, and I do love the bike, and we'll be taking it on some journeys. We're going to be putting the pannier rack on pretty soon. I'm also going to be putting the camera system back on this bike that I had on the previous bike. There was a rear camera and a front camera on the bike, recording all the time, fixed to the bike, and that's going to go back on the bike. I'm also going to put a charging point on the bike somewhere so that I can plug in my trickle charger. So there you have it. Let's get on the bike and take it home.